Maybe. Oh, let me actually pull the fucking game up. Hold on. I totally forgot. Can you let me know if you see the game? It should be. Let me actually pull the fucking game up. Hold on. Dare to play. Can you let me know if you see the game? Dare to play. Perfect. Okay. Wait, I need to get rid of the YouTube thing or else all you're gonna hear is like echoing. Okay. Oh no. Did it crash? The heck? Okay. Dare to play. Ah. Let me try to move it. Please let me move the thing. Oh, didn't want to do that. Oh, which corner is it in? Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream real quick. I'm gonna try to fix it. And I'll get back to you. That makes sense because the other games that I've been streaming aren't at this resolution. So that makes sense. I'll have to decide bigly. Okay. Ooh, I need to shrink. Good lord, I need to shrink that. Wait. Make it bigger. Please let me move this. Resize. I'm just trying to make... Ugh, no. I'm gonna have to, like, really resize that. Please ignore the technical difficulties. Okay. There we go. Does that look fine? Wait, it's off center. It's gonna drive me nuts. There we go. How's that? Awesome. I'm just gonna turn the lights on and we're gonna get started. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. Alright, new game. This is Nancy Drew's new room intro. You can't do as much with the desk. Just remember, like, the old Nancy Drew games as you were playing this and, like, what they looked like, because this is so improved. Nancy, I got your contact info through a friend of mine, Moira Chisholm. I think you did some good sleuthing work for her in Scotland not too long ago. First, some background on yours truly. You could officially call me a locator of fine goods, per se. Nice things get lost, nice things stay buried for a while. I find the nice things, I get a piece of the pie. In other words, I'm a treasure hunter. Currently, I'm in Iceland in a small town called Skiprot. When I first arrived, the Hurlikaid was a beach nearby with a long-standing rumor about a treasure concealed somewhere within this old merchant ship. The ship is pretty important to the citizens of Skiprot, and they hold a festival every year to celebrate the year it crashed on their shores. Why celebrate a shipwreck? Don't ask me. I helped to restore the ship along with my business partner, Magnus Kiljohnson. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. Under two conditions. Number one, I would be entitled to a portion of any treasure found, and two, we couldn't begin a formal search until this year's festival was finished. We dolled the ship up, all pretty, polished the hull, and Magnus planned to sail it in to commemorate the festival start date. But when the ship arrived, empty. No Magnus, no sign of struggle, nothing. He's just gone. I think Magnus is up to something shady. I think he found the treasure, and I want you to find him. I've booked you the next flight, looked away. I've booked you on the next flight to Reykjavik. A car will take you to Skiprot. I'll meet you in town. Bon voyage, Dagny Silva.
Phew, finally made it to town. Ooh, it's freezing out here.
Welcome
Hi
to
there.
Skiprot.
Are you Miss Silva?
Finally, she arrives. I think I'm half made of ice at this point. So, you're Nancy, huh? I'm Dagny. I'm part of the ship restoration team, the one who called you in. You can call me Boss Lady if you want. Or my queen. Or Dagny, whatevs.
Let's go with Dagny for now and work our way up to the big stuff. Can I help?
Yes. Find my missing, skeeving, backstabbing business partner, Magnus.
I'm sensing you're a little stressed out about this.
Ugh. I'm so mad I've been an inch away from setting this town on fire.
On fire? Are you okay?
What?
Oh, just a fire comment. I thought...
Metaphors, Nancy. Keep up with me here. So listen. Right now I'm focused on this town, Skibrot. There's this ship in town that was being rebuilt. Real old, 18th century. I offered to sponsor the rebuilding project to get the ship floating again. Mostly because I'm super nice and cool like that. But also because there's a rumor about a treasure on board worth millions. Magnus, the man in charge of the project, and my business partner promised we'd find it and split the earnings.
But he's gone missing now?
Yep. And left me looking like a fool.
When did he vanish?
He disappeared sometime before our ship crashed into the harbor. They say he must have fallen in the water. But the guy sails for a living. You know what sailors don't do? Drown.
I get it. You think he ran off with the gold then?
After enough time in the biz, a girl knows when she's being backstabbed. If he did find the treasure, I need you to track down Magnus and make him play fair.
And if I find the treasure, I'll find Magnus.
Yes. The key to finding the treasure is learning about that ship.
So everything's interconnected. Sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. Can I take a look at the ship?
Technically, yes.
Awesome. How do I get on board?
By not being me, apparently. Elizabeth controls the ship, and she hates my guts. She removed the gangway to my ship that I paid for.
Did she give you a reason?
Oh, something about her family line and ancient blood feuds and murders and, you know, normal boring stuff. Talk to Soren, the festival organizer. He'll make sure she lets you on.
What do people in town think about Magnus's disappearance?
They're all like, ooh, the ocean is super dangerous in the winter. And ooh, hypothermia and blah, blah, blah. You know, Icelander stuff.
But without a body, you're still convinced he faked his death.
Yep. Which apparently doesn't take a lot of work in Iceland.
How'd you meet Magnus?
I heard about the rumor of the treasure through my connections. Then I approached him. He's a hard guy to pin down, that Magnus. Turns out he's been looking for the treasure for years. I just happened to come in at an opportune moment.
What would Magnus do with the treasure?
Desperately wants to buy his own ship. He's a ship guy. Ship guys are like that.
So the ship he helped rebuild isn't his?
We funded it, but it's town property.
Later.
Bye now.
So to answer your questions, Dagny radiates gay vibes because she is gay. That is actually confirmed in the game. She's a lesbian. Well, we don't know if it's a lesbian, but she's gay. She literally got married to a woman. Dagny is literally me. But what I like about this is yeah! Dagny's gay. It's really far into the game that we get to the part where you actually, like, find that information, but it's kind of unavoidable. Anyway. Oh yeah. Nancy Drew games have been on this inclusivity shit before everyone else. They're so good about this. Like, they've had characters in hijabs back in the 1990s and the early 2000s. They had, like, a female African-American character who was opening her own B&B in San Francisco with her partner. And that game was, like, 2000, I want to say. Nancy Drew games have been on this shit. Okay. Oh, yeah. Dagny's the first character who's been explicitly gay. But they have had other characters. Like, the character with the hijab is actually... I'm gonna move around, like, as we talk. I just kind of want to show you what everything looks like. Because it's just, like, such a pretty game. This is the first time that they've had ambient texture like the snow
gangway is missing. There's no way on board.
I know that, Nancy. And you can also see the northern lights over there. But the character that they had in the hijab was in the game where Nancy Drew went to Egypt on an archaeological dig, and they actually had... We're not going to take that right now. That will get us in trouble. They actually had... Most of the characters were Arabic or were from around the region, including several Muslim characters. I think one of them might have actually been Coptic now that I think about it. I'm not entirely sure. That's a bar in there. We're not going to go in there. That advances the story. I'm just showing you the town. And one of the things that they pointed out was that a lot of archaeologist sites would take stuff away from Egypt. Like, they've been on this.
If this section of the original ship was removed, then maybe others were too.
Old Stolka, this original crow's nest was removed from the Heerlijkheid prior to the start of her restoration 2 years ago. Styled in the fashion of typical Dutch East Indiaman ships from the period, the name Heerlijkheid means glory in Dutch. It has been preserved for future generations to admire and enjoy. We can look down on stuff. There's not much else to do up here, I don't think. Yet. Oh yeah, so Nancy Drew games have always been pretty... I think they've been pretty progressive. This is gonna advance the story, and I'm just like... That's Soren. We'll talk to him soon. Just like looking at stuff. This game was a little light on the puzzles.
Everything in the gift shop is available for purchase.
You can get his sweater. Also, we're gonna buy a lot of stuff. Because we can make money in this game.
Maybe later.
Complimentary gift wraps. So watch Soren as he talks.
Hi there. I'm looking for Soren.
You must be Nancy. I'm Soren, the organizer of the Ancestors Festival. I run the Culture Center here in Skipro.
Nice to meet you. Can you help me get onto the ship?
Ah, the Heerlijkheid. Is Elizabeth not manning the gangway?
The gangway's
I
missing,
don't know why
unfortunately.
this is lagging.
Oh, dear. Well, that's highly unusual. I'll take care of it straight away for you. Elizabeth is a rose, truly. But she does have thorns.
I'm gonna close some stuff because I think that's probably what's slowing things down. Because it's lagging like a lot for me. And that might be lagging for you too.
What do you think happened to Magnus?
I admit I haven't the faintest idea. That man's mind is a hive of mysteries, an enigma, an impenetrable den.
What the heck?
So you two never really talked?
An understatement. Why, the man hardly spoke 10 words to me the entire time I knew him. I do hope he's all right, though.
Why is this like this?
If he were to turn up, say, less than alive, it would spell bad news for me. I'm already disliked, and it would only show the others how easy it is to make someone disappear.
What the heck? Let me check my task manager. This is odd. It's not my computer. Steam.
What is this place?
This is my battle station. The place where I endeavor to fight my way through the thickest mysteries of Icelandic history. Here, confusing ancient shipwrecks and obscure writings from millennia past are converted into knowledge and truth.
I promise you that if I play this game normally, I don't...
Also, I have swords.
Also, I have swords. I don't know why it's doing this, because normally they match up, like, perfectly.
So, you're a historian, archaeologist?
A bit of both. I dabble. I spent some years at Harvard pursuing my doctorate in Viking history before returning to Skiprot for research. I'm one of the only few to ever travel in this town. Everyone here should try it sometime. Really shakes up the old bag of prejudices.
I guess that explains why you don't have much of an accent.
Oh, quite.
Goodbye.
Well, on with it.
Let me see if that's Magnus or... I think it's just Soren. Huh. Go figure. Anyway, so what I was gonna try to demonstrate by his movements and everything was that in the old Nancy Drew games, what they would do is they would have, this is just information and stuff.
Only one signature? Ouch. Well, maybe I should sign.
Is that what they used to do in the old games was they would just have a loop of animations that the characters would run on and they would vaguely tie it to certain things. In this game, they went all out in so that you can't really tell that what they're doing is looping, and they have individual actions to be attached to certain words, so it really does make it feel like the characters are moving on their own. I love it so much. Petition to stop the desecration of our history. Corrupt business doers Magnus Kiljansen and Dagny Silva want to ruin all that is good about Skiprot's culture by exchanging our sacred way of life for tourists' grubby money. Ever since the ship project began, we have seen increasing crowds and a different atmosphere in town, all over a useless hunk of floating wood. Things are changing, our traditions are been thrown to the wayside. The old ways, the good ways, are disappearing too soon. Our ancestors would be ashamed of what we've become. That's why I, Gunnar, will always fight to keep everything the same way it's always been forever. Sign if you agree. We can actually sign that if we want to. I'm gonna check the achievements real quick. Ba-ba-da. Okay. Never trust a fuck. Oh, do you want to go meet him? We can go meet him, like, right now, if you want to.
Wow, I'd hate to be on the chopping end of one of those blades.
Perhaps. It's not an available option in the beginning, but... Here we go. So this is the Misty skip. Cool picture of Sleipnir. I love
Good
the
day.
decoration. Hello,
Hi there.
Gunner.
I'm investigating a recent disappearance. My name's Nancy Drew.
Speak up, girl.
My name's Nancy Drew.
Louder!
I said my name's Nancy Drew.
Mind your ship, flag, and temper. Looks like we got a real angry one here. Name's Gunnar, but you can call me Gunnar. The skip is my home.
Oh. Are you a sailor?
Was long ago. I gave up the sea for good, and I'll never sail again.
You still look like a sailor to me.
What does a sailor look like?
It's a certain quality. I can't quite place it.
Worn? Broken? Bitter? The sea chewed me up and spat me back out, and I lost everything in her waves. You are too delicate. I bet you'd not last 1 minute against some of the gales I've sailed.
I'm finding that these days, I'm surprisingly hard to kill.
Well, we'll see about that, detective, won't we? I hate the water. Hate the smell of it, the sound of it, won't ever return.
Have you met Dagny?
Who?
She's the woman involved with the Hirlik High's restoration. Brown hair, about yay high.
Ah, a tough little mink of a woman. Not bad in my book.
Did you see her the day of the ship crash?
Yeah, she was there, but I paid no attention to the mink.
Did you know Magnus?
Sure did. Never liked him.
Any reason you didn't like him?
He was too tall, too poetic, to cry into your guitar and mourn for the sea. Always quiet, always thinking, too soft, beard too short, coat too long, eyelashes too full.
So I take it you weren't friends.
Gunnar doesn't need friends. Already have 2, mug and chair.
Did Magnus ever say anything about the treasure?
I might have.
Don't remember?
No, I have a very good memory. Go away.
I'm sorry, but he could be in danger. I need your help.
Don't care. Don't want trouble.
So, about your fingers.
My lucky 3?
Is that what you call them?
Sure is. It's a long story. Now, there I was, out in the pitch black of night,
He has pictures
with
to
no
prove it.
sign of shore and only my fishing spear. Then suddenly, I saw a shadow. It was a mighty squid, the greatest hunter of them all. Few men have lived to see it and tell the tale. So I pulled out my spear, just a little too fast, mind you.
And that's how you lost your fingers?
Of course not! I threw the spear right overboard and I hauled that fellow into my net. Took all my weight just to keep him from wriggling free. But his strength proved too much for me. He gnashed his giant beak and, well, I was done for.
So the squid took your fingers.
No! Right as I thought I was dead, a massive shark leapt out of the waves and ate the squid. It was the sleeper shark, a solid 6 meters long with 4 rows of teeth. He bit my arm and pulled me under as I gasped for my last breath.
So it was a shark then?
No! I managed to punch him in the nose. You ever fight a shark? You know how to punch him in the nose? He let me go. I swam like a merman and made it back to shore. 3 months later, I was in a wood shop accident. Lopped my fingers clean off.
Aha. At least it makes for a great story. Bye-bye.
Be gone with you.
So one of the things that they updated in this game is that in the older games, you could actually say things that would cause a game over. And then in a couple games, they had it where Nancy Drew had to ask all the questions and really upset people. And it kind of got rid of, like, in the older games, you could ask people stuff and then they wouldn't talk to you for a while. But they brought that back into this game where you can say things that really upset people and they'll stop talking to you, which I like. I wish that they still had, you know, you can say the wrong thing and it's game over. But I get why that's not as common. But yeah, so that's Gunnar. I'm so glad you met him. So we can make money I don't think we can make money that way yet. Oh, I should read this. Gunnar, I'm going to be spending all my time on the ship over the festival weekend. As a reminder, here are the rules in my absence. All mugs and dishes must be clean. Customers must be served promptly. Yes, even if they're tourists. No calling customers weak-spined ninny faces. No challenging customers to fight. Yes, this includes arm wrestling as discussed. All fish must be cleaned at the cleaning station outside, not in the middle of the bar. No bellowing. Thank you, Elizabeth. We're not going to sell a kidney. Don't worry. I do like that the Nancy Drew games introduce money. Oh wait, we have no money right now. So I can't play that.
This is so neat. I wish I could play these.
These are actually some traditional Icelandic instruments. Endless Night, Endless Tune, Ancestors Festival lineup, Elizabeth Grimmitzdottir, and the Landlubbers present a night of Icelandic classics featuring, and then some of those people that they're featuring are like people with the... Oh yeah, I can touch all of them. Oh wait, I didn't think that would put me over there. Alright, so that just leaves one person. Oh, if we go up there we can sleep. We can also see whether the tide is high or low. That's going to be important later. That's just decoration. Out we go. Alright, let's see if Elizabeth put the gangplank down. She did. Are you ready to meet Elizabeth?
Hey! Who let you on board? If you're here for the festival, it's cancelled.
I didn't mean to intrude. I'd just like to have a look around, if that's okay. My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a visitor.
I know you're a tourist. We're a town of 300.
I'm not a tourist. I'm here to investigate. Thanks for setting up that gangway for me, by the way.
The gangway was meant for Soren. I didn't know he planned to let strangers on board. Are you with that snake of a woman?
Dagny? Yes, I'm working with her.
If you're after just the gold, I want nothing to do with you. Leave.
Wait, I'm not after any treasure. I just want to help find Magnus.
Magnus?
Look, I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot. Maybe I should start over. My name's Nancy. It's really nice to meet you.
I'm Elizabeth. I run a Misty Skip pub in town. What do you want with Magnus?
Oh, good. So you know him?
That's a question, isn't it? I thought I knew him. Maybe I was wrong.
Were you very close with him then?
No. No, we weren't close. And I want nothing to do with the man.
What do you think happened to Magnus? The current rumor is that he fell overboard.
Do I think he is drowned? Is that what you're asking?
He might have.
I certainly hope so. Some people think he ran off with some old treasure. It may be a coincidence. It may not.
Dagny doesn't think it was a coincidence at all.
So, you've been talking to the others?
Just a bit here and there.
Even if the treasure were real, Magnus wouldn't be able to find it. He's completely oblivious. To the world. To everything. The man lives in a cabin in the mountains. Too lofty to concern himself with human affairs.
Bye-bye.
Bless.
Another thing they did is they automatically end conversations for you. I don't particularly care for it. But I understand why that happened.
Hey, get out of there!
Ah, yeah, I forgot she's like this. We can go to the crow's nest. I do like that the crow's nest, you have to click all the way up. It never shortens it, ever. And the reason that I like that is because in the older Nancy Drew games, they never had shortcuts. Ever. At all. And all of a sudden, they would have you walk it once, and then they would give you shortcuts. And I didn't like that because the issue with what I liked about walking or like clicking through all the different scenes was it made the point and click game feel a lot bigger than it actually was, because at the end of the day, it's a point and click game. So having to actually click through it really feels like it's expanding your universe rather than shrinking it. Alright, what's the price? 86. But yeah, I just like this. It's so pretty. Down we go. Okay, we're back. Oh yeah, we can go in here. Are any of these doors open? I'm trying to remember my way around the place. It's been a minute since I've played these games. I think... Oh, okay.
Looks like Dagny's been doing a little sleuthing of her own. Is that a password?
Well, the festival went downright horribly. I'm still scrambling to pick up the pieces. In light of recent events, the town's like a pressure cooker. Even Soren's starting to act weird. I'm keeping my luggage in his office for now, but that might have to change. I've changed my password to Scuttlebutt to throw him off in case he gets a little nosy. Saw Gunner with this old thing. Won't let me get a look. Appears to be using it as a tea coaster. Typical Gunner. Maybe it's part of something else? Update. Gunner has taken to calling me Mink. Looked it up. It's a type of whale. Cannot wait to get out of this town. I thought for a second that would actually, make all the barrels small.
It won't turn on. Missing batteries, I think.
Let's just take it anyway. Nancy tends to take things that aren't hers. That will conveniently come in handy later, so it's fine. That's a basic bail out the ship when it's drowning thing. Okay. A hoarder and a magpie. True. I love this area. I'm just gonna do a slow turn around the captain's quarters. It's an aesthetic. And here we have Magnus and his dog.
They look really happy.
And, Magnus and Elizabeth. Gasp. Elizabeth lied. Oh, that's definitely something that's important. Probably later. The details are, and that's what I love, because I think I told you about, like, you know, the other point-and-click games that I like, where they don't have animation, they throw everything into the artwork. And Nancy Drew games can show you like an elevated form of that, where they really throw themselves into the textures and everything. Like, they put a lot of effort into the environments that you work in. And I love it. Well, let's just take these pins. Don't know what they're for. This is definitely something, and I don't think we can brute force that. Elizabeth out here murdering. Maybe so.
Wow, an antique desk, and it's in pristine condition. Time to break it open. I need to figure out the rules being used in each row here.
Sure about that one. Oh, that would be 4, wouldn't it? Haha. Other way. There we go. It might not be, because that's not a direct like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there's 7 pieces. But this one looks like it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can make them yellow. Interesting. This one would probably be yellow. I think those are the only ones I can touch. Okay. I will figure that out in another moment. I can't quite grasp that just yet. Can I take this? Okay, I'm gonna take that. Don't know what it is. I'm gonna take it. Oh! Oh look! It's the rules! It's the rules for what I was gonna brute force. Love it. Okay. Each row, column, and diagonal contains exactly 2 of each. 4 row. Both... Oh no, it's not. That's a different thing. I'm gonna hold on to that. I don't know what
I need to get all the wooden sections pressed down.
Oh no, I hate these puzzles. I'm not good at these. Triforce. Got it in 1. Dear Elizabeth, hi, I miss you. I don't know what that word is. Magnus, the entire point of the exercise is to communicate. That means long letters. If I only get to see you once a week these days, we'd better make it count. Remember what we talked about? This is good for us. Okay, I'll start. This week, I booked an audio rep for the Ancestors Musical Festival this year. Soren is, as usual, making it difficult, double-checking every invoice, and worse, he takes organization to smothering levels. I can tell he doesn't trust me at all anymore. That hurts, but at the same time, I can't help but wonder if there's more to it that he isn't telling me. He seems... Oh, pizza! Hold on. Hello? I'll be downstairs, thank you. Onward we go. Onwards and upwards. Okay, he seems protective to a fault. My old roommate, Asa, wrote from Paris. She sends her love to you. She's still doing the backpack thing. I admire how free she seems. I don't think she'll be home for the holidays this year. Hopefully you will be. I want to finally put up a tree this year. Can we do that? Can we get a tree and decorate? It'll be ours, just you and mine. Isn't that cute? Love, Saita. Elizabeth, fine. We can get a tree. Not two decorations, never decorations. The Limericks book is coming along well. I think I'm onto something niche, but I miss Skipperot. I miss the dog and also you. When I return, I'd like to borrow the Langspiel from the Misty Skipper. Magnus, where's your sense of holiday cheer? And fine, I'll limit myself to 2 strings of lights. You'll like it once it's all done, I promise. You always have. No, you can't take the Langspiel out of the pub, love. It's great-grandmother's, and I don't want it broken. What do you want that old thing for? Anyways, it's just an antique. I doubt anyone's played the thing in years. Speaking of the dog, Toomey and I are watching a classic war film marathon. I watch for the plots, he watches for the horses. He jumps up, barking, and presses his nose to the screen whenever they run past. He's a cute one. I'm glad you let me watch him this time. Lots of loving kisses, Elizabeth.
Magnus seems pretty insistent over this long spiel thing.
Please, brother, man. You can have a... Of course you can have some of my pizza. Elizabeth, I need the long spiel, please. I promise to take good care of it. I'll wait until the festival's over to have a look. I'm being quite serious. I love you too. Stay warm. Wait, was there something else I could take here? Why are you skipping like this? I think it's just the box. Okay. I think that's what we can explore right now. Now what's really interesting is that they've given me tasks in the Senior Explorer, and I wasn't expecting that. Oh, we can't hit the light switch. Let's see, where can we go? I think we can go up here. Don't know if there's anything to do up here, but we can go up here. That's a puzzle. Can't do anything with it yet, but it is a puzzle. Game, please. Why are you being like this? Oh, my mom called. Hello. What's up? Oh, I was just calling to tell you I love you. No. Anytime. Hope you have a good night. Love you too. Bye. So that was what we could explore of the Herlichide so far. So I think next step. Oh. Here goes.
Hello?
Hey, Ned. Are you still on your way?
Hey, Ned. No, I'm already here.
Oh, good. How close are you?
Getting closer all the time. I feel like I'm definitely near to a breakthrough.
Oh, cool. I can't wait.
It's hard to get people to talk, though.
Get people to talk?
Yes, I've managed to narrow down that the treasure is related to the ship somehow, but beyond that, I haven't figured out the specifics.
Nancy, what are you talking about? Are you on a case right now?
Well, of course. I'm in Iceland.
Nancy, do you know what today is?
Sunday?
It's our anniversary today. We had reservations for dinner, remember? I called to see if you were on your way to the restaurant, but I guess not.
Oh, no. Ned. Oh, Ned, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
Well, yeah, you being in Iceland and all, I figured. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You tend to get a little focused on cases. But, wow, Iceland, of all places.
I owe you a serious apology. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Nan. That's part of why we're celebrating this anniversary in the first place. You're passionate, and that's great, and part of why we're together. I've heard of getting stood up on an anniversary, but nothing quite like this. Just bring me an anniversary souvenir from your trip, okay?
Oh, you're the best, Ned. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
In the meantime, I'll just fill the hole in my heart with football and this pint of cookie Kringle ice cream. There's a game on tonight I really wanted to watch with Bert, so maybe it's cosmic fate. Anyways, if you're in Iceland, it must be a pretty interesting case.
It is. Lost treasure, a missing captain, and a town with a pile of secrets.
Sounds like the usual fare in Nancy world. Remember, you can give me a call anytime you want. Hint, hint, and wait for it. Stay cool.
Oh boy, that was just the worst.
Hey, you stood me up. Pretty sure I get a free pass on funds for eternity. Also, I've been at this restaurant for a while and the waiter's glaring at me. I think I should get out of here.
Bye, Ned. I'll give you a call soon.
Bye.
You can also play that really rough. This isn't the first time that Nancy and Ned have fought. This is like the second game that they fought in. And you can play that so bad. I'm not gonna do that because I don't think you would appreciate that gameplay, but it is possible. Cookie Kringle ice cream does sound delicious. It's Cocoa Kringle. It's a pretty standard what do you I don't even know what to say. Oh, you can get a sword as a souvenir. It's a callback in like every Nancy Drew game.
Oh,
Since
hello there.
the 5th one, I believe.
What's your relationship like with Elizabeth?
Presently quite poor. She won't allow certain, members of the restoration team to access their work.
You mean Dagny?
Yes, but overall, she's quite a peach, that one. The only one who's ever shown me kindness. Truly a shame about her and Magnus, though.
Her and Magnus?
The force of their romantic split rocked the local mountains to their very core. I wonder if he's checked his voicemail since.
Tell me about your research.
Sharp things. Ceremonial sharp things. Wedding spears, funeral spears, new baby celebration daggers, birthday axes, congrats bows. Turns out, Vikings have a lot of weapons for every occasion. Nothing says I love you like a new murder tool. Most of these can be found on shipwrecks or near burial sites. Luckily, there are no lack of those in these parts, so I've got plenty of work to do. Old Gudrun over there is my favorite of all. She's a replica, not an original. I use her to knock icicles off the roof.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
To me, the automatic ending of conversations is just really sudden. And it throws me off. So let's go upset Elizabeth.
Hey, Nancy.
So you and Soren work together?
Yes, we both run the festival. But people are not happy. They dislike him.
I'm definitely sensing some of that. Why?
Not one of us. He doesn't know our stories. No shared memories.
He seems like a decent person, though. He's done a lot to help the town, at least.
Being his friend has a price here. You're either outside or inside in Skiprot. You cannot stand in the doorway. You will be driven out. We are not like Reykjavik, like a big city.
Sounds like people are trying to get rid of him. Ruining the festival would be a great way to do that, wouldn't it?
Your words, not mine. Regardless, he is welcome in my home and at my pub. I cannot always go against the town, but I can offer a warm meal and a listening ear.
So, what's behind the mystery door?
Just an old broom closet?
Can I see?
Someone's a bad liar.
No.
Not even a hint?
Go away.
Well, I was gonna ask about her and Magnus, but let's upset her more another time. Wait, can I just take this right now?
No keys. Guess I can't just take them.
Fair enough. Alright, let's talk to Dagny real quick. I think there's some conversation pieces here.
I need to know who was present at the time of the festival.
I was there.
Who else did you see?
Only Gunnar. Elizabeth and Soren were thoroughly MIA. Although half of Iceland is probably related to itself, so people kinda look alike. Could have missed something.
What do you think of Gunnar?
In terms of the treasure, he tried to sabotage the festival last year, and the year before that. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a stunt of his.
Elizabeth seems like she's withholding information.
She still seems pretty intense about Magnus as far as I can tell. And she thinks the treasure belongs to her. I've seen some exes do some pretty wild things when they're going through the stages of grief. That's why when I end a relationship, I just move to a different continent and change my phone number. So much easier than doing the whole breakup thing.
That must be exhausting.
Let's just say I don't really do mailing addresses anymore.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Anyway, Dagny is like really queer culture.
Hey, girl!
I actually do have a name, you know. It's Nancy.
Get your little lady bones into the prep area and get some torremotor orders ready. It's all hands on deck for the lunch rush at the Misty Skip.
I'm a sleuth, not a chef. Are you sure you want me back there handling the sharp stuff?
You're eating and lodging here for free, just like me. So it's only fair to get some good work out of you.
Well, might as well take a stab at it.
Cadence. It's true. And like, do you want to break up with someone or just change your phone number and change countries? Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay. Fill the tray according to the order requests. All requests must be filled, though some compartments may be empty. Orders can be filled across a row and in a Z shape within a colored tray group. When checking whether an order is complete, empty spaces don't count. I don't remember this game. Remember that each row and each colored tray count as one order and must contain no extra items. The row below has an extra Lundy, so it doesn't meet the order requirements. Oh boy!
Okay,
See if I can
time
figure
to
this
get
out.
to work.
Okay, so we need to make, looks like, see if I can do this. I might not be able to do this. This is really hard. Wait, we can put this over here. And then make... we need 2 of those. So we have that now. So then we need to make... wait, no. That there and that there. So then we just need to do fish. And that? No. I messed up somehow. Okay. I'm gonna try again. Reset! Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 there. So if we start with a 5 one, that'll be easier, I think. Okay, so we need fish and then 2 sheeps, which we could do here. And then we could do sheep. No, that didn't do it. Got it! Okay. Okay. This is a weird game, but I got it. Okay, so if we start with a 3, I think. Because we can do that, that, and then that, which will take care of those 3. And then we could do that, and that gets rid of that. That's the unfortunate part. Okay, so this can't be a Z because it has to be connected to other stuff. We move that there, and that there, and then that there, then... But it counts it in a line. Unless we do that. And then put that fish there. And then put that there. Maybe? Perhaps? And then... No. Okay. Hate that game. Update. But we have 900 kroner now, so that's fun. We can also earn kroner by doing this. Affy sounds like photographer. That's gotta be brother. It's gotta be grandmother. I'm gonna guess. No, I was so wrong. Affy is grandfather. Okay. I think that was nurse. That's obviously daughter. Oh, other way around. Von Eldrar. Sounds like parents. That's gotta be father. There we go. The thing about Icelandic is it's just close enough to other languages. Like just enough that you can guess. Lake near... Cool. We can also own kroner that way. Vikings did get around. Oh, it's the same one. Okay. Stolka is probably girl. I'm guessing. There we go. I think that was photographer. That's mother. That's gotta be uncle. That's brother. Yeah. That's doctor. Canary. I think that's sailor. Oh wait, that's boy. Ooh. There we go. It's close enough. It's gotta be writer, son, Barney's child. There we go. Hey. So we can earn money just by learning languages. The puffin is really cute. Okay, so wait. I went in there to talk to Gunnar. Not to make money.
Good day.
Too focused on that bread.
Did you attend the festival this year?
Yes. Embarrassing.
For you?
Not everyone else. Scrambling around for hidden treasure? Embarrassing. When I was all young, we fought over things like longest fish and shiniest boat, not gold. Ever since that sword took over the festival running, it's been straight to the bottom with it.
I heard you've had problems with the festival the last couple of years. Care to talk about that?
The festival is not what it once was. I'll return things to the old ways no matter how many buckets of hot tar I have to dump.
Oh.
Some of the harbor boats still have holes in their bottoms.
Oh.
I see. Did you have a plan like that for this year, too?
Elizabeth said no more trouble or she kicks me out of the skip. I only pay with an angry sheep.
What does that mean?
Means I do it, but I don't like it.
How do you know Elizabeth?
I've known her since she was a negative pre-glimmer in her puppy's eye. Always had the local boys terrified, that one. She knows what she wants and heads for it straight as an arrow. Young men, not so good with a woman like that.
I can see how she might be intimidating, but her heart's in the right place.
Aye, but right now, she wants revenge on Magnus, angrier than a bull seal on a full moon. Still, she lets me sleep and eat her, so that's worth something.
Did you know about her and Magnus?
We all did, my fisker.
From the sound of things, it didn't end very well, unfortunately.
Magnus is good with waves, bad with women. No skills to speak of. He is, how do you say it? A runner. He runs.
Ouch. I'm glad he's not here to hear that.
I was bitten by a shark once. Now I can only speak the truth.
Oh, I didn't know that was a side effect of shark bites.
It is a curse I bear with pride.
Goodbye.
Be gone with you.
I love him so much. He's so funny. Right, what's the achievement in this one? Okay. I think these are different than the other one. Than the slightly less difficult level. Time to upset Elizabeth again.
Blaseth.
I'm really sorry to hear about your and Magnus's breakup.
It hardly matters anymore.
I don't want to pry, but if you want to talk about it, I'm here.
Here's one for your case file. I've known Magnus all my life. We dated 4 years. The winters are long and dark. We found each other in that darkness.
That's a song.
But then, he went through hard times. He became obsessed over the ship. His world narrowed. And soon, there was no room left for me. That's the end of it.
Later.
Bye now.
Cool. Now that we've upset her again. I want to get access to the...
I have a space bubble. You're violating it.
I guess she doesn't want to talk. Okay. Maybe Soren lets me have access to that?
Can I help?
Have you always lived here?
For 12 years in total now. 2 before university, 10 after.
I don't know why it's being this skippy.
Others seem to think of you as an outsider. Gunnar especially.
Oh, for the love of... I was born 10 miles away!
And that means you don't live here?
To him, yes. To everyone, yes. It's preposterous. In their minds, I'll never be from Skiprot because I wasn't born here.
And just watching him mime is funny.
Upper secondary school was a nightmare with these people.
I may not know much about Skiprot, but there are lots of unpleasant people in my line of work. Sometimes persistence helps.
Oh, I've tried. I've bent over backwards to put on this festival for them, and yet no one invites me out. I'm not welcome at the pub. Spending my birthday alone is getting to be a real downer.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna wait until it's
Bye
less glitchy to talk more to him. Let's buy some stuff! Send Ned a dog. Can I afford this dog?
Excellent taste.
Thank you. I would like to ship it and send it to Ned.
Hey, Soren, can I use some of this gift wrap?
Yes.
Great. Now to pick a gift.
Well, okay, I want to send it. How do I send it? Wait. Wait. How do I do that? I don't actually know. Wait. Maybe Soren can send it, now that I think about it.
Oh, hello there.
Now.
I'll let you go.
Bye now.
The heck?
Ned Ed Nickerson, at your service.
It's me.
Whoa, you actually called.
Hey, don't sound so surprised.
Yikes.
No, it's a good thing. Trust me, I'm happy. Bert's over and we're just watching the game.
Hey, tell Nancy I say hi.
Bert says hi.
Hi, Bert. Hope you two are having fun.
Did she say hi back?
Yes, Nancy also says hi.
How's she doing? I haven't seen her in forever.
Bert wants to know how you're... okay, wait, what am I, a megaphone? This is girlfriend-boyfriend chat time, dude. Whew. Now then, how's it going? What'd you want to talk about?
So, you asked for a souvenir.
Oh, right. I did, didn't I? I'm not totally sure what an Icelandic souvenir is, honestly.
Right now, I'm thinking... something romantic.
Whoa. That's very unlike you.
I can't get a romantic gift for my boyfriend on our anniversary?
It's just different from your usual. You know, I'll never say no to anything you want to get me, Nan. Go ahead, surprise me. Speaking of surprises, I have something for you, too. I guess it should have been a tip-off you'd forgotten about the anniversary when you didn't go, rummaging through my closet for your gift.
I did that?
You don't remember? 2 years ago? And the year before that, I had to put it in my dad's wall safe? And you still cracked the code? I swear you're like a human bloodhound or something.
Sorry, I'm not really good with surprises. Are you going to tell me what it is this time?
Nope. In fact, this one didn't even need a safe. Guess you'll have to wait and see.
Everyone in this town hates me.
Come on, Nancy. I'm sure they don't hate you.
Well, they hate the questions I'm asking, that's for sure.
Look at it this way. You know those shows on the Nature Channel about animal behavior?
Sure.
There's this awesome new one called Bear versus Wasp. Bert and I are totally hooked. Spoiler alert, the bears win. But one of the coolest things you see is the pre-bear wasp behavior. Wasps have to lay their eggs inside moth larvae, so they're all fighting like crazy over the best larva they can find. They're killing each other right and left. And then suddenly a bear comes along and wham! Just takes a chunk out of their hive. And suddenly the wasps don't care about the larva anymore. They're all about this crazy bear invader. They unite against the bear. Because a wasp fighting another wasp is an individualized threat, but a bear fighting a wasp is a threat to the entire hive's safety. You know what I mean?
I think you just compared me to a bear.
A really cute bear.
Thanks.
What I mean is, in a small town, the hive has a set order. Anything which might disrupt that order is a bigger enemy than any internal arguments. So it's not you, and it's not your fault. They're just acting on instinct.
For some weird reason, that actually makes me feel better. Thanks, Ned.
Dumb question.
What's Bert doing over there?
I didn't tell you? Bert's my new roommate.
Doesn't Bert already have a roommate? What happened?
Oh, man. His roommate started getting really into buying eggs.
Well, what's wrong with that?
No, I mean fertilized eggs. Like for chicken breeding. Have you ever seen a dorm room full of chickens?
You know, I really can't say I have.
It's a life experience, let me tell you. Anyways, the rooster calls at dawn got to be a little much. Bert's a bit noise sensitive, you know, and he decided to move out. We have a vacancy in our house, so he's living at my pad now. We also apparently have a new pet chicken.
Yeah, but just one.
Yeah, just one. I put a hard limit on that.
It sounds like fun. What's the chicken's name?
We're still debating on it. He's a feisty one. Got any suggestions?
Something elegant.
Nancy says elegant.
How about Mr. Darcy?
Pretty sure that's a name already, Bert. You can't use that name.
I don't care. It sounds elegant.
Okay. We'll call it a work in progress.
Hey, I like that name.
Anyways, that's how Bert and I started living together, to make a long story short.
Later.
Bye now.
Alright. So I guess I was supposed to get him something cute. Or other. Oh yeah. It's gotta be someone, I just don't know whose. Just like, I don't think I can take the boat yet.
I have nothing for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to figure out what I missed that is causing me... we already looked at that. I know something's gonna be there. just get these feel after some Nancy Drew games. I still can't go down there. That's the door. Is there anything else? Okay. There is this puzzle that I wasn't able to figure out. Number 86 carbon mask. It's probably super obvious and I'm just not saying it. I think this one would be a yellow 4. But I don't know. Hope I'm not stuck for too long, and I apologize if I am. That one requires coin, but I remember that. Dagny's in... I probably have to finish the conversations with Soren. That makes sense. Nancy sprinted that. And just call her Sonic.
Hi.
Is it Sudoku? Oh my gosh! It might actually be.
I sense some bad blood between you and Gunnar.
It's more like Gunnar dumping bad blood onto me, repeatedly, while laughing. I try to be patient, given his history, but what a Neanderthal, that one. I can't reason with a man who only speaks fist. Between you and me, he's never been the same since that terrible crash years ago.
Crash?
I don't know that it's my place to speak of it, but his boat sank to the bottom of the bay, and he hasn't sailed since. Now he stays locked up in that pub of his.
So, you attended the festival, right?
Present and accounted for, naturally.
Interesting. Dagny says you weren't there.
I was up in Old Stulka, manning the controls for our audio. That's the tower right outside this center. People very rarely look up, I found, which is a shame. Lots of nifty things in that direction.
Later.
Okay.
Well, on with it.
I mean, I agree. That's why... Let's see. Can I actually do anything with the sound system? No. Okay. Alright, if it is Sudoku, I can figure it out. I didn't think it was. Oh, there was a part that I didn't even explore, but we will come back to that. Wow, I can't believe I missed that. See, this is why I don't think it's Sudoku, because it has... If it were, this would be a square, and it has 3 and 3 in it. Oh, okay. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think it's Sudoku because this would be a square and it has a 3 and a 3 in it. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. These things happen. We chillin'. It's okay. No stress. Let's see if there's any. Okay, so apparently there's... Ooh, shit.
This definitely looks like the original helm. Someone made off with some of the decorations, though.
Okay. Well, we'll have to find those. No worries. A whole thing I didn't even explore. Okay? That looks like it'll be important later.
Only Dagny and Magnus have radio keys, apparently.
Here it is for you again. Here it is one more time for you, Dagny. Masts from tallest to shortest. Main mast, foremast, mizzen mast, jigger mast, bowsprit. Spar extending from the bow, not a mast. The jib and sprit sail are rigged to the top and bottom. Mast, sail sections from highest to lowest point. Royal, top gallant, top mast, stay sails. Now stop calling the sails those canvas things. In case of emergency, contact harbor radio operator using Wheelhouse Turnkey Ledger. 1119 Magnus checked out. 1121 Dagny checked out. Feels like a thing I shouldn't do. And yet, here we are. Okay, so
This radio looks new, but the
Alright,
key is missing.
So I can't actually use it, which is a shame because that's how you contact another really cool character. But that does give me a forward thing that I can do because if there's only 2 characters who have the key. Oops, go back. Wait, is this something we can look at? Yes! Experience the magic of Skiprot's ice caves. Completely unsupervised at breakneck speeds. Rent a snowmobile from Snowmobile Court today. For further information, please contact our local representative, Elizabeth, at the Misty Skip. Gas not included. Safety equipment not included. Mat not included. Snowmobiles are designated as heavy machinery and extreme caution is advised. Potential hazards include sudden changing weather conditions, minor injury, moderate injury, minor death, major death, reindeer collision, tree collision, collision with non-tree or reindeer-like objects, general frustration with the snowmobile controls, wolf attacks, regret over life choices, and/or everlasting ennui. Please observe the proper safety protocols at all times. We already have a lifetime case.
I didn't think it was possible to be this cold.
Can't you go inside?
I keep asking people to fix this broken heater so I can watch over my ship. You know what Gunnar told me? Freeze for all I care. He is the worst human being.
Maybe I can help you out with that heater then.
Do you know how to do machine things?
I've picked up a few things.
I don't care what they say. You're okay, Nancy Drew.
Who says otherwise?
So we're gonna do this middle management style. That is, you do the work and I supervise. Each of those circuit pieces will attach anywhere on this board, but there are special numbers you've got to watch out for. Covered numbers add together to give that piece a total value. If you can use all 5 pieces to hit all 5 target values, the heater will be fixed.
You know, I'm actually not sure that's how electricity works.
Oh yeah? Okay. Where'd you get your PhD in electricitology again?
I love when, like, the game calls itself out because that is how a lot of electric things, like a convoluted puzzle like that is how a lot of electric things in Nancy Drew games have worked. Love it. Okay, so we need one that just connects to 1, so that gives it a 6. Ooh.
If you know this much, why haven't you tried to fix it yet?
Hey, if I had to do all the hard thinking around here, you'd be out of a job.
So, where'd you come from?
The United States?
Hey, me too. Where in the U.S.?
South-ish.
I'd just like to get to know you a little.
I went to school, and then I had a job, and then I was married, and then I wasn't. And now I have another job involving definitely legal treasure hunting activities. That's me.
Are you like this with everyone?
Anyone who isn't paying me. If you want to write me a check, I can tell you a sad backstory and we both can pretend it's real.
Sorry, I left my checkbook at the lodge.
Maybe next time then. I mean, are you an open book with every stranger who crosses your path?
Well, no. I guess I don't like to talk about myself much either.
What's your jam? Witness protection program? Arch nemesis?
None of those. I guess it's that I meet so many interesting people, I just feel ordinary by comparison.
Nah, everyone's normal to themselves. People think my job is all glam and adrenaline, but that all got boring years ago. Now it's just 9 to 5 headache involving lots of diplomacy and occasional gunfire. But you, a gal your age working as a sleuth? All on your own? That's admirable.
Thanks. I guess this is my normal. I'm a pretty lucky girl.
Anyways, it's probably for the best that you stay quiet. Don't talk to strangers, kiddo. It's worked out for me.
I love Dagny. I love her so much. I just need to make a 5. And that piece isn't fitting anywhere, and I don't think I can flip it around. We could use that to make a 0. I think that one was making a 0, so oh wait, no. That's a -5. That's a +5. Okay, we just need to make a 9. Now, this piece needs to... Ooh, that makes a 0. That one also makes a 0. Darn it! Okay. I think... Could I... No. No. Like, Dagny is such a good character. She's very human. And that's always fun in games like these. Okay. So this I had doing 5. So if I move it, I can make it... I can make a lot of numbers equal 0, but that's not helping me. This one I had equal -1. -11. No. Okay, we can do 1 that way. That's a +5. -5, 0. This piece is onerous. That's a -1, but that doesn't leave room for anything else. Wait, this will also do a 1. So I can move this 1 to try and get it back to do the -9 per check. Okay, so we need a -1 and a -9. That's fine. -3. I don't know if we can get this one to do a -1. This is the thing. We can do it at 0. This one might be able to do -1, and then we just need this one to pretty please, with a cherry on top, get us to -9. -6. That's not gonna get us to -9. Pretty sure that's not how electricity works. Oh yeah? Love it. That piece was originally a 5, so I think I can get this one to do a 5. But I don't think I can get this one to do a -9. So close, most of the pieces are there. I had that one do 0, -7, -2, -8, -4, -3, -5, -4. That one's doing 0 again. Wait, would that? No. No, it would not. I apologize, this is taking longer than most puzzle solvings that I do. Okay, it's gotta be like this one that does the -9, right? -8, -7, -4. That is okay. So I do 1. I could have it do -1. -8. Alright. Let's just try to find the onerous -9, because so few of these pieces actually make -9. That one is incapable of it. So this one, I think, was the one that I originally used to make -9. it's not. What are your plans? Yeah. What you up to? Imagine if someone called you Cub Scout. Wild. Like, what a name. What a thing to call someone.
That was the strangest wiring panel I've ever seen. But I think the heat's on.
Toasty. Feels just like home. By the by, have you been up to Magnus's cabin yet?
He has a cabin? Up in the hills?
Elizabeth keeps a key in her bag. Talk about refusing to let go. But there's no way she'd ever give it to you.
So, I'll need to find a way to get her off that deck.
If I were you, I'd get a little sneaky about it.
So, how long were you working on the ship project?
About 2 years. On and off a bit. Magnus supervised the rebuilds. I provided the cash.
Well, that's a long time to hang around in Iceland. Have you been in Skipbrot all that time?
Ha! No. I think the locals would have offed me by now if that were the case. I don't like to stay in one place for too long.
Why's that?
If you stay in one place, people start to need you and feel things about you and all that icky, weird stuff. I'm not really the having friends type.
I'd like to think you and I are on friendly terms.
What is this? Are we gonna hold hands and sing campfire songs now? Get lost, Drew. Find my gold.
Dagny is me.
I found a radio on board, but I need a key to turn it on. Can I borrow yours?
Here you go.
Hey, that was easy. Now, how do I operate the thing?
I don't know. I don't have radio experience. I have business experience.
Figures. Well, thanks anyway. I'll let you go.
Do you need me to
Stay
stop?
warm.
We can pause. We're in a pretty good pausing place. Okay, doke. I'm gonna save the game. Oh no! It wouldn't let me name it my ridiculous thing. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm glad to show you like their newest game because it's so pretty. It really is.